Okay, so as I explained, we're going to have a short reframe and a repeat for some of the other people, but it's good to get this information in your brain over and over and over, which is how to approach the divine without fear. Okay, see, everybody usually thinks of God as what? Someone who's judgmental, someone who is, I'm going to read this actually first reframe. God is constantly judging me, and I need to be afraid of being punished and always approach God with fear. Sound vaguely familiar? Sound like something we might have grown up with? Here goes the reframe game bell. Okay, now here's the reframe. God doesn't want your fear. What does God want? And I know you guys are all hip, but I know you're all spiritual. But we want to just get these ideas straight. God wants you to have an authentic relationship based on love with you. And once you've established your relationship with you in love, then the divine just wants you to connect. And we're going to talk about connecting versus praying to versus needing some external force to somehow be helping me all the time. And the big thing, of course, so if God isn't this awful person who's judging me, then what is it? So the best explanation I heard is that God is an infinite consciousness of unconditional love. Consciousness of unconditional love. And in addition, in a book called the Kuntrasi Spilus, which is in the Chabad tradition, one of the famous rabbis, wrote that the quintessential essence of the divine is the infinite joy of being. Just yay, I am, just yay, basically. So it's like joyous appreciation. So let's reshift and think that the divine is this amazing consciousness of unconditional love and joyous appreciation. Okay, so then now what? Okay, good. So let's go to the third thing that most people think about. Well, let me just ask Donna from Montreal. What did you, when you grew up, because we're all unmuted for now, while you behave, you're all unmuted. Okay, so what, when you grew up, did you believe you're separate from God? Was God up there and you're down here? What was your perception of God?
God was up there and I'm down here.
Exactly. Anybody else resonate with that? Yeah, we all do. So let's reframe that. Ding. So we reframe that. That actually works. It's a meditation bell that actually works to help you shift.
People are wild.
Yeah. All right. So once we've reframed that, so now we can see that basically, as we know from almost any spirituality, the spiritual aspect of it says there is no separation. There is no separation between you and the divine. You have a soul that's infinite, which is an infinite energy of the same thing as the divine, unconditional love and joyous appreciation. So you, and it's infinite and the divine's infinite. So you are a piece of infinite, meaning you're infinite. And even more than that, even if there was some sort of, I don't know, there is no, everything, it's as above, so below. So nothing can be in this physical world if it is not vibrating with divine energy, which is the divine energy of unconditional love and joyous appreciation, which means everything in the universe, everything, the chair you're sitting on, the table, everything at its source, when we can see it and feel it, has the energy of unconditional love and joyous appreciation. As I shared before, I got to keep on time. As I shared before, when people have psychedelic experiences, the first thing that they do is they see that everything's moving and that it has a consciousness of unconditional love. So that's what we want to open up to. And how do we get that without THC or some other drug? We get it through meditation, which brings us to the divine. Okay, you got a question already? Oh no, okay, what?
You invited Montreal in, you're in trouble.
Okay, good, go ahead, I love it, go ahead.
So you're talking about all this like joyous energy, infinite love and blah, blah, blah. What about those days when all hell lets loose and nothing goes right and you're mad at the world? So where's God on those days to bring us infinite love and joyous?
Oh, I love it. I love you. I'm going to give you a special bracha. Let's all send a blessing to Donna. Send her a blessing that she has unconditional love in her heart, flowing in her heart, more often than she ever has before, and that she opens up to be able to see the good that's around her in every moment. Amen. Okay, so what happens? Of course you are. You're doing that to me. You're jumping ahead in the notes, but that's because we are given free choice. In every moment, you and I are given a gift from the divine. It's not oh shit, why did you give us fear? We're given the gift to have free choice, to choose fear, to choose love. Now I know we're in like the most difficult, the most challenging time that we've ever been in. But in that moment, you always have a choice. Always. Do you choose love or do you choose fear? Can I go on? Is that enough to at least give her a little bit, okay.
That is acceptatory right now at this moment.
Exactly, she's accepting it. All right, good. All right, good. So where was next? Okay, so now the other point is so even if God isn't up there, but I'm constantly trying to, at least this is how we've set it up, at least how I was brought up, we constantly are trying to seek God's love. Oh, please, if you love me, you'll give me this. Oh, please. So we're constantly like seeking God's love. So we need God's love, and unless we do something for it, we ain't gonna get it. Reframe. God loves you unconditionally. Oh, look at your holy dog. Look at him. God loves you unconditionally in every moment. You don't have to do anything. That's when we do meditation. What do we start to feel? We start to feel a calm and a sense of love. So the divine loves all of us because it's the consciousness of unconditional love. We can take off that need to try to get it, to try to get something and get it. And I'm just going to explain because I have a feeling that Donna's going to ask a question. So I'm going to explain. Okay, because that whole thing of needing to get God's love, needing to get something. We talked about free choice, fear being a gift. In every moment, the divine is giving you the gift of free will. Okay, here's Charles. Oh, holy Charles. Love Charles. Charles is here. Yay, Charles is here. Okay, so now we want to explain in my book, Solar Power Explained, and I'm going to try to do it quickly, but the divine gives us a choice of fear and love in every moment, okay? So now, it's not just to choose it in that second, but we have a default system and we have a system that we choose to connect to. The default system, so that the divine can give you free choice, is a drive based on fear, lack, and limitation. So the minute you get up in the morning, unless, again, Jews who are trained, there's a prayer that you say in the second you get up, which is gratitude, to shift you immediately out of that. But your default system, so that we can have free choice, is a drive based on fear, lack, limitation, and separation. And that drive is driving you constantly because it's fear. It's like there's not enough, and the overwhelming message in that system is I'm not enough. I'll never be enough. And I have to constantly try to seek either other people or the divine to make me feel like I'm enough and to make me feel like I'm safe in every moment. Now, fortunately, we have our choose. If we choose the solar system, SOULAR system, we can tap into a system or a drive. It's a different drive based on joy, love, expansion, and connection. And the overwhelming message that we hear in that, once we're in that, is the exact opposite. I am enough.
What's that noise?
Moment is enough. Sorry?
Am I the only one that hears that?
No.
Well, I think that's since Charles came in. Charles, can you maybe mute yourself?
Okay.
Or I can do that. Great, thank you. Is that clear now? Yeah, that's good, thank you. See, Donna years ago was my administrative assistant when we were teaching.
I was messaging him privately when you asked that question.
Oh, I love it. And she was so good. She kept me on target when I would teach. She's amazing. So good to have you here. Anyways, so the other message, so that's the point, the I am enough. And see, if you think about it, out of fear, we usually go after, get someone to love me. Please love me so that you'll make me feel like I'm enough so I can finally calm down and feel safe. And we do that with people and we do it with the divine. And we want to get out of that system. We want to stop that and we want to connect to the thought that if you are enough in every moment, how cool would that be? Every moment you realize, oh, the divine gave me everything I need. Here's another adventure moment. Okay, cool. So that's why we have that. And it's a drive and it drives us. It's like, oh no, it's like, you know, I need money, I need this, I don't have this, I don't have this. And we think, and then I'm gonna go on. We think that we need fear to drive us. We think that we need fear. Either when we come to God, if I'm not afraid, then what's gonna then what's gonna happen? Same thing with getting, I used the idea of a job, getting a job last time. If I'm not in fear about money, then what's going to drive me to work hard and accomplish things? And so, yeah, the fear of not having money can drive you. I vaguely know what that is. And then the other side is, what about when you reframe it and go, I have something to give. The divine gave me amazing gifts. I want to share those gifts. I want to put them out there. I want to inspire people. That shifts the consciousness. It's still driving you, but it's not a drive based on fear and I got to look out for myself, otherwise people are going to screw me over, so I better get that job. As opposed to, I'm enough. The divine gave me more than enough. What gifts did he give me? What do I really want to do that'll bring joy to the world and myself? Then we start to put that out there. Shift us into appreciation. All right, so one of the things, so based on that, I introduce people to the idea of, what if you just stopped thinking that you needed to be good in every moment? What if you stopped trying to be good and start trying just to see the good in yourself and others? Changes the way we look at things. Changes the way we look at things. We start to see the good. So again, it takes that pressure, because the pressure to be good always comes from that fear. I'll be good and then you'll love me. I'll be good and you won't leave me in a relationship. I'll be good and you won't leave me in a divine relationship. So we want to keep that idea of how do we see the good by looking for the good. So one of the exercises that I brought up with people last time is asking the questions, what are 25 things that I love about myself? And you always state it with, I love, and I know we all have hard days, and I know sometimes it's hard to shift into it, but the idea is getting it into our minds that we do have a choice. And that usually when a day, and this is directed to everybody, including Donna, because you were saying about what happens with a day when all hell breaks loose. One of the things that it requires, and it requires effort, is it's like the slippery slope, right? You burn the toast, then you spill something on your jacket, then when we did go off to work, then the car doesn't start, then it's a slippery slope. The idea is when the first thing happens, can you pull back? Oh, Brent Fiddler, oh my God, now Mashiach is definitely gonna be here, that's it. That's it, the Messiah has come, yay, Brent is in the house. Okay. Hey, Brent, so nice to have you here.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So we're going through fear and love and connecting to the divine. And so what I was trying to explain to, not that Donna asked, but I heard her in my head, is so because she asked the question, what happens when we do have a day that everything's all hell breaks loose, etc. One of the things to do is try to use your free will and your concerted effort when the first thing happens to switch it around. When the first thing happens to say, okay, it's not what happens, is how I choose to react to what happens. How am I going to choose to react in this moment? Let's acknowledge that I have a choice in how I react. And then we go into, again, some kind of appreciation. This is happening. Okay, let's calm a sec. What am I grateful for? What do I love about myself? What do I love about the room I'm in? What do I love about the art that's behind me? What do I love about, and it starts to shift your consciousness back into a consciousness of the divine. Because our whole approach to Rosh Hashanah is not to, oh, please give me. It's to shift into the frequency of the divine, which is love and appreciation. So yeah, it takes a concerted effort, but yes, when all hell breaks loose, or it seems like that, there is always a way to, and it's great if you have people that can remind you of that, or it's great if you can take the moment to go, okay, let me meditate, let me look at something, read something, let me do something. But the idea is to realize it's still, in every moment, you have free choice. You really do have the choice in how you react. Okay, I just want to go through a couple of these. God wants me to feel guilty because that will keep me being good. And if you're Jewish, you're like, of course I'm guilt, come on, this is like my modus operandi. Okay, let's explain. Again, Rabbi Nachman says, Rabbi Nachman, great Hasidic master, makes it very clear, if you go into guilt, it will just accelerate the process downwards and to not shift into guilt. But the idea is we're used to that. Guilt means I'm bad. I'm bad means I have to suffer. And I have to suffer means I am going to radiate when the frequency of I have to suffer. Now the divine is constantly giving you good. It's constantly saying, Donna, David, Hillary, I'm sending you love, I'm sending you blessings. But if I've got a wall up because I think, no, I have to suffer, then the divine can't override that because it gave you free will in how to react. So, unless it's my mother who never gave me free will, I'm just like, whatever. Okay, so we're framing. So let's frame this up one other thing, and then you know what, we're gonna end up going into a full meditation. So let's reframe this other thing about being punished. So a punishment, again, does that mean that God's angry at you and punishes you? And reframe. Answer is no, because the divine is constantly sending you unconditional love. But if in my consciousness, I disconnect from the divine, and that's what we're going to reframe a sin is. A sin is simply a disconnect. So if I disconnect from a flow of the divine, then in that moment, yeah, I don't know, I may have a lack of money, I may have a lack of, I don't know, people around me, I may have whatever, and that seems like the divine is angry at me and therefore punishing me. And what we want to frame that with is no. In that moment, you disconnect it. It's not evil, it's not guilty, I'm not bad. It's like, oh, that was a disconnect. Oh, how do I shift and reconnect? Takes all that awfulness and pressure and badness out of the picture. And so what is the quote unquote sin, or what is the disconnect? Because in that moment, you're feeling less than 100% loving to yourself, which causes you to go into fear, which causes you to do something quote unquote self-destructive or not loving to yourself. And that's what we want to just simply realize, okay, that's a shift. I can shift, I can reconnect to the divine. I don't have to think I'm bad and I'm being punished, but rather I can reconnect to the divine. Okay, I want to just do a couple more things, and then I want to take us into a nice, full, beautiful meditation. All right, so the question is, so what are we coming to at Rosh Hashanah? If we're not being judged, and we're also coming there with being completely forgiven, being completely loved unconditionally when you get there. So what is the opportunity? The opportunity is the divine's given us the chance to reframe our consciousness for the entire year, to open up to a channel of abundance for the entire year, to start believing that anything's possible for the entire year, to reframe and realize that, yes, I can fulfill my dreams, and yes, I do have everything within me to fulfill my dreams. And you're getting that. So what we do, there's going to give you some tools, but one of the tools is to look at your own limiting beliefs. When it comes to anything, my dream is to have this business. What am I? Write out what you think your limiting beliefs are. My beliefs, I'm too old. I have this condition. I have that. The economy's terrible, whatever. And you want to write those out. And then you get the divine's assistance to help you shift out of those, because then we're going to use something called, we haven't written those down, instead of praying to something outside of me and saying, please give me, which keeps you in a state of please give me, we want to reframe. And we want to use gratitude statements. So I gave you the first tool, writing out 25 things you love about yourself. You love about something, just to shift you in that moment to a consciousness of appreciation. We said the divine is unconditional love and joy is appreciation and everything else, but that's what we're focusing on. So so the first thing is asking what you love about yourself. Next thing we want to do is, as we're coming to this huge opportunity, it's like you're stepping into what I call your circle of destiny. It's like the column of light, kind of like Beam Me Up Scotty, right? But it's like your personal individual column of light, and you step into it and you get that flow with the divine, and you feel the feeling that you can do anything because you're attached, aligned with the divine. So in order to step into that at Rosh Hashanah, which is there for the whole year, is the opportunity to look at those things. Where am I blocking myself? What are the things? So I talked about gratitude statements. So instead of saying, please, 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 we go, thank you, divine, for my new job. Thank you, divine, for the ease with which I feel like I'm enough in every moment. If you feel like that you're not enough is holding you back. Whatever that is, you can reframe it into a gratitude statement, which works so incredibly well. Just need to use them on a daily basis and figure out what they are for you. But it's thanking the divine in advance. Thank you, divine, for the ease with which I've met and married the woman of my dreams. Thank you, divine, for the ease with which I have, I actually like using sometimes we. So thank you, divine, for the ease with which we, myself and the divine, because there's no disconnect. Thank you, divine, for the ease with which we have restored my perfect self-worth, my perfect self-esteem. Whatever that is, whatever you're thinking might be holding you back and disconnecting you from the divine, that's your opportunity to co-create with the divine and use a gratitude statement. It's right there. It's right there for all of us. But again, it's reshaping how we come to the divine, not only at Rosh Hashana, but at all the time. It's simply not putting yourself in a place of please give me, and then you get up to a place of please give me. But when you are in a state of, again, all of us have meditated and felt we were in a state of calm, a state of connection. The divine hears what you say word for word. So if you say, please give me, it hears, please give me, please give me. And it amplifies that by a million. If it goes, thank you for my job, then all it hears is, oh, thank you for his job. Oh, his job, okay. And then it resonates like that. So that's one of the things you can do is thank the divine. The other thing, it's same thing with that, but look at where, this is so important before we come to Rosh Hashanah too. Look at where you've settled. Has anybody thought, I'll just, okay, I can settle. Oh, before I forget, anybody that's come in new, can you please take a moment, even though I may have them, to type in your email address. So I can just, I'm gonna send you off a little thing which has what I'm using. So at that point, you can thank the divine for the ease with which I've started my dream job. Thank you, divine, for the ease with which I now have my dream. Thank you, divine, for my thriving whatever job. Thank you, divine, for my thriving life. So that wherever you thought you may have settled, time to decide not to settle, because the divine doesn't want you to settle. The divine is kicking your butt every moment by sending you blessings and love and abundance. And when you're challenged, really, if in that moment you can go, oh, the divine's trying to send me more. Really, it doesn't feel like it. The divine's trying to send me more. Okay, so how can I realign with that flow of the divine? That's what do we want to look at? Okay. Another thing is too, which we're going to talk about too, is that Dawn asking a question? Go for it.
Am I allowed?
Yeah, go. Be honest, go.
Okay, you were talking about judgment and how we worry that maybe the divine is judging us and stuff like that. And I mean, me personally, I don't go through my daily life thinking, oh, well, I wonder if God likes what I'm wearing today, or, you know, if God's going to be impressed with this job interview or something like that. But in me, anyways, in my life, I might worry less. As I get older, I worry less about it. But I might think, well, you know, what if this person, you know, doesn't like my voice? What if this person doesn't like the way I'm dressed? What if this person doesn't think I'm a nice person? I worry about others judging me.
Sure.
How does that fit into this whole picture?
Exactly. Okay, so two things. You always jump because that's number 8 on my list. You are so funny. You are so funny. God bless you. Hey, Allie's here. Yay, Allie's here. This is Holy Allie from, wait, El Paso, right?
Sí, El Paso. Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so Donna had asked that. Did you hear Donna's question?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So we're addressing that question because number 1, 2 things. One was, they're going to judge me. Why? Because I'm not enough. Goes back into that thinking. But the other thing, I got a tool for that. Should I share it with Donna? Okay,
Yes.
okay, so here's the tool. Shift the question, Donna. What happens if they don't like me? What happens if whatever? Okay, I understand that part of that is being judged, the whole idea of being judged. But what if they love me? What if this goes amazing? Why am I allowing myself to let everybody around me see how amazing I am? Why am I, ask yourself a different question. Because see, that's the other thing that fear does. When you're in the fear system, if you hear that, immediately your brain can go, ah, that is, I'm in fear, lack, and limitation. How do I step out of that? By shifting the question you ask from a fear-based question to a love-based question. Why am I allowing the good in? Why am I allowing everything to go smoothly? Why am I, just by asking the question, your brain's like, it'll shift the focus because your brain is used to being on that loop, on that fear loop, on that, well, what if this happens? What if they don't like me? What if I don't get the job? What if I don't interview well? What if that's fear-based question?
But
Why am I having more fun every time I go to an audition? Okay, good, go.
But by asking yourself, by reversing the question and saying, well, what if they're just going to love me so much that they're going to want me to run the company? Or what if everybody's going to want to know exactly where I got the clothes or stuff like that?
Okay.
That's a different kind of fear.
Different kind of what?
A different kind of fear. That's also a fear in a way.
Why is that? Okay, good. So why is that a fear-based question? Why do you feel that that's a fear-based question?
Because
if you're connecting to
that the framing of it also sounds like it's fear-based because they're going to want too much from me. What if they're going to love me too much?
Right, but that's your fear-based.
Well, I'm only talking about me. I can't.
We're talking about you, right? So that's what I'm saying is shift the question to a question that's based on love that you can handle. So why am I allowing myself to attract jobs that fulfill me and that I can handle with ease? Shift the question. You know what I mean? Like, that's doable.
Yeah.
Just shift. And if you feel like the way you're asking the question, like, why am I allowing everybody, well, I don't know, I have no problem with why am I allowing why am I allowing everyone I meet to see how amazing I am? That doesn't put me in fear. It's just like, but whatever the question you're asking, consciously, it's a great question. If it makes you feel fear-based in any way, shift the question. And it takes some time. It's like a skill, but shift the question.
Okay.
Okay, good. That was going to be number 8. And of course, Donna jumped ahead. And the other thing too is even with because Donna you were using the idea of a job interview, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so even that, fear-based goes, what if they don't like me? What if I don't get the job? What if it doesn't go well? What if, okay.
Yeah.
Now let's shift to, how do I want to inspire people through this job? How do I want to inspire people when I go to this interview? What do I want to contribute? That was number 6. What do I want to contribute? And what do I love about what I do? Oh, so Donna, whatever, I don't know if it's an event thing or if it's your other business. Oh, what do I love about doing events? I love this, I love that, I love this, I love that. You shift into a consciousness of love, and then you shift into a consciousness of, and how do I want to contribute? I want to inspire them in a certain way. And I always, with my clients, energy healing wise, I get them to identify what their inspire statement is. We each have something different. It could be to inspire people to love themselves, to inspire them to believe in themselves, to inspire them to love and accept themselves. But usually we have one that drives us, that we grew up with. And so you would use that and you would have all that program before you even go to an interview, so that you know I'm not there for you to like me. I'm there for myself to contribute. And this is what I'm excited about sharing with you. And these are my gifts that I've already celebrated every day by doing the exercise. What are 25 things I love about myself? So again, it shifts you. So that was a great question from Montreal that makes us aware of, yes, be clear about the kinds of questions you ask. And in order to shift out of fear, lack, and limitation into joy, love, and expansion, focus on how you want to inspire. So the same thing goes for Rosh Hashanah. I want to move to Israel. Okay, say we take one of those. And so I want to move to Israel to inspire myself and others that it's still possible, that you can do something crazy and it works, that you can, whatever that inspire statement is. So anything that you want, when you use the idea of how I want to inspire others, it always just gets the divine flowing. It always works for me. It always shifts me out of fear, and what if it doesn't work, into, I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to inspire you in this class to well, so many things. Believe in yourselves, to embrace the full power of your soul, to be empowered to live your dreams. I mean, there's a bunch if I'm thinking about it. So that's how we override the fear. The divine can't do that, but you going, please God, I mean, it can a little bit, but we have the power to make the choice in every moment to choose fear-based conceptual framework or love-based conceptual framework. And each tool that I was giving you, all of them, and if you type in your email, I will send you these pages that have all that written down. All right, so now that we've done some reframing, now we're going to do our meditation. So in the meditation, I'll just explain. The first part is going to be putting yourself in the pyramid of protection. Because again, one of the reasons we do this, ego needs to feel like it's protected. So once you just give the ego a break and just go, you're protected. Then it calms down and allows itself to step into the solar system, SOULAR system. All right, so let's everybody get in a comfortable position. And get into a place where you can feel the weight of your feet on the floor. And the first thing you're doing is grounding yourself. And grounding yourself simply means feeling the divine supporting you through the floor. For different people, that means different things. Some people feel a tingling in their feet. Some people feel suction to the ground, or heat, or just a relaxation, or some people feel energy coming up through their feet, up through their body. Just tap in and see right now what that feels like for you. Knowing that the consciousness of unconditional love is in the floor beneath your feet. That's good. And once you've got your feet connected and grounded, then we want to go up to your seat bones. They're on the seat of the chair. And you are now allowing your full weight of your seat in the chair, feeling your seat bones on the seat of the chair. And now you're leaning back if you can and feeling the weight of your back against the back of the chair. And whatever muscles are touching the back of the chair, you're consciously choosing to relax them and to expand them into the chair with the thought that, oh, the divine has my back in every moment. The unlimited consciousness of unconditional love and joyous appreciation is supporting me physically and all other ways in every moment. And to feel the weight of your back against the back of the chair. while you're also feeling the weight of your feet grounded on the floor and your seat bones on the seat of the chair. And we're continuing to inhabit the body that the divine gave us in order to experience unconditional love. So now you're focusing on sound. You're focusing on the sound of my voice, and you take a moment to listen for any ambient sounds in the room you're in. And now we're going to focus on temperature. Temperature of your face versus your hands versus your feet. Which is warmest, which is coolest. Now take a moment to rest your hands either on your lap or on the desk in front of you. And you're feeling the sensation under your fingertips. Is the surface rough? Is it smooth? Is it warm? Is it cool? Just inhabiting, there you go, inhabiting the body more fully. And again, feeling the weight of your feet on the floor, your back against the back of the chair. And now we're going to take some breaths where we're going to do an in count of 4, hold for 4, and out for 4. While again, you're feeling the weight of your feet on the floor, weight of your seat bones on the seat of the chair, and the weight of your back against the back of the chair. So I'll be counting you through it. For now, just take a nice breath in and out. And now let's breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. One last time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Feeling the weight of your feet on the floor, grounded, the weight of your seat bones on the seat of the chair, and the weight of your back resting comfortably against the back of the chair. And now we're going to put you in what's called the pyramid of protection. So you're going to imagine that you and the divine are co-constructing a 4-walled, 3-dimensional pyramid around you. So you're starting with the wall in front of you that might be maybe a foot away from where your feet are resting on the floor. And the wide base of the pyramid starts on the floor, comes up to maybe a few feet above your head. And you construct another wall that's touching the first one on your right side, and then one behind you, and then one on your left side. So you are inside this 4-walled, 3-dimensional pyramid. And now you notice that your feet are connected to the floor, which has become the square base of your 4-walled, 3-dimensional pyramid. And now you are visualizing a beam of beautiful white light, or white gold light, coming from the highest source in the sky, coming down, coming through the ceiling of the room you're in, and it hits the walls and floors of your pyramid, and it charges them up like a force field of bright, bright, bright light. And that light has the quality of unconditional love. And you can feel the light and the love through the floor and the walls of the pyramid. Now, in order to activate it, this lasts for 24 hours. in order to activate it, there's some Hebrew words, a Hebrew mantra, 9 words that help us activate it. So we're just going to say those words together slowly. The first word is ta.
Ta.
Next word is Hashem.
Hashem.
And the next word is Imadi.
Imadi.
Good. And then we've got 6 more words. The first word is Shema.
Shema.
Next word is Yisrael.
Israel.
Next word is Adonai.
Adonai.
Good. Next word is Elohenu.
Hey.
Good. 2 more words. Adonai.
Adonai.
And the last word is Echad. There we go. Now we are activated. Now we can choose to expand even more and allow in. We were talking about connecting to the light of unconditional love. This is the way we do it, by allowing the light of unconditional love into our body now. So now that we're in the pyramid, feeling our feet grounded, we're going to allow a beam of white light, light of unconditional love, unlimited abundance, to come through one of the walls of our pyramid. And it's coming through the top of your head into the center of your brain. And at the center of your brain, there is this beautiful ball of light that is being charged up by that beam of light coming into the top of your head. And let that light get brighter and even brighter and even brighter and even brighter, as you allow even more light of unconditional love to fill up that ball of light.
Yes.
And as you feel it filling up that ball of light, you're allowing the feeling of love, allowing thoughts of love to just pop into your head as the light gets even brighter and even brighter and even brighter. And now there's a second beam of light, and it's coming also from the highest source, down from the sky, and it is going to go through the center of your forehead. But before it does, you are constructing a little ball of light right in the center of the forehead, and it's a brilliant purple. And you're allowing that ball of light to get brighter and brighter. That's it. And as that ball of light in the center of the forehead gets bright, bright, bright purple, now that light, that beam of light, comes right through that circle of purple light into the center of the brain again. And it's filling that ball of light at the center of the brain with even more light and even more light, giving you strength, helping you feel absolute unconditional love as it gets brighter and even brighter. Good, and even brighter. And occasionally feeling the weight of your feet on the floor, the weight of your seat bones, the weight of your back against the back of the chair, as you allow that ball of light at the center of the brain to get even brighter and even brighter and even brighter. And you're making the choice right now that the more light you let in, the more you give everyone in this group the license to let more light in. So take a moment to that's it, to let even more light in, knowing that when you did, you inspired all of us to let even more light of unconditional love in. Beautiful. And now there's a third beam of light, and that's going to come in. You've got the one top of the head, one through the center of the forehead, through that purple ball of light. And now we're going to go in your consciousness to the back of the skull, where the back of the skull meets the top of the spine. And in that little area there is where another beam of beautiful white light is coming in to that same center ball of light at the center of the brain. And the only difference with this beam of light that comes in through the back of the skull, between the base of the skull and top of the spine, is if we add 2 Hebrew words, it has the magnificent ability to boost your immune system. So as you're visualizing it coming in through back of the head, between the top of the spine, base of the skull, just repeat the words after me. Magen.
Again.
Avraham.
Abraham.
Beautiful. That's it. So now not only is it going to the center of the brain, but it has boosted your entire immune system with that light of unconditional love. And so now we've got the 3 beams of light coming in the top of the head, center of the forehead through the purple ball of light, and from the back of the skull, beaming into the center of the brain and allowing that light to get even brighter, so bright, it's even brighter, allowing it to take over every thought, every brain cell just dissolves into the light of unconditional love. And now you notice at the center of this ball of light, it's already so bright, but at the very center, there's one dot, super bright dot of light, like a star. And you see that beam of, you see that bright, bright star at the center of this ball of light. And now you realize that all the other 3 beams of light, top of the head, back of the skull, through the third eye, are now getting laser thin so that they're going to converge with that tiny dot at the center of the beam of light. And you see them converge, and now it's like that light comes out in waves, even more, filling up the center of your brain, and now expanding beyond the center of your brain to your entire brain, so that every brain cell is dissolving into the light of unconditional love as it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And it expands even beyond your brain, beyond, so it's going now, let's say 6 or 8 or 10 inches above your head, in front of your forehead, around where your temples are, and around the back of the head. And that light is just beaming its light of unconditional love and infinite joy and opportunity and abundance. And it's getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And you now realize what it's been doing is it's been preparing you to put on your crown. And so you see floating above you this beautiful crown. The base is a gold base that you know will fit perfectly on your head. And from that, you can imagine anything coming up. Shapes, letters, stones, anything. This is you and the divine are co-creating your crown of unlimited possibility and unconditional love. As you see it get brighter and brighter and clearer, naturally floats up and rests on your head. And the first thing you notice is it's gold. It should feel heavy, but it feels light and easy. And it allows you to feel even more light coming through the crown and the 3 other beams of light into your brain, feeling that light of unconditional love flowing through. You are perfect, you are loved, you are love. And now it's wanting to go down the spine. So you follow the light. Again, it's always coming in, it's never running out. Coming in through the crown you're wearing, coming in through the beam top of the head, through the third eye, ball of purple light, and the third beam of light from the back of the skull, where the spine starts. And now it's flowing down the spine. You're allowing that light of unconditional love to flow down each vertebrae, like liquid light flowing through spinal fluid, flowing down, communicating unconditional love. And it goes down and down and down, all the way till when it gets to the base of the spine. And when it gets to the base of the spine, you instinctively know that you and the divine are going to co-create another ball of light that's going to go through and around the bottom 3 vertebrae. And that ball of light is a brilliant, brilliant orange. You're allowing that light to get brighter and even brighter and even brighter and even brighter until it just is beaming. And now you're feeling the connection of light coming through the top of your head, all the way down from the brain, all the way down to the base of the spine. That connection, that flow of the light and health and vitality and unconditional love and infinite abundance flowing through with ease. And you're feeling the relaxation all through the spine, all through the back. And now we're going to go to what is the second brain. And from the base of the spine, we're going to go to an area just a couple of inches below the belly button. And we're going to construct another ball of light there. And that light can be orange as well, or it can be white. That is the second brain. And we're going to attach that to the brain that's in your head. But for now, allow that light to flow. Flowing through top of the head, third eye, base of the skull, down the spine, to the beautiful orange ball of light at the base of the spine. And now to that ball of light at just below the belly button. Feeling that ball of light getting brighter and brighter and giving you more and more strength and light and joy. And it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And now you're feeling the connection from that ball of light below the belly button all the way up the spine to the ball of light at the center of the brain. Realigning our 2 brains, our 2 areas of thought of divine connection so that they get brighter. They're both getting brighter and brighter. The orange ball of light at the base of the spine is getting brighter and brighter as you allow that light to take over, the light of unconditional love. And now you realize that light wants to go into the kidneys. And so it flows down the spine, goes to the base of the spine, and now it's going to form a triangle from the base of the spine, that little orange ball of light, to both of the kidneys and the adrenal glands. And now you're filling up the kidneys with that light of unconditional love. They get brighter and brighter and brighter and even brighter and even brighter. And to help you get them even brighter, just going to do a little chant that allows you to open up even more. And just fill those kidneys and adrenals with light. Anam Bhagava Kirula Jimina Voto Tutsura Anam Bhagava Kirula Jimina Voto Tutsura Anam Bhagava Kirula Jimina Voto Tutsura. Feeling that light flow through the kidneys, brighter and brighter, and even brighter, and feeling even more peaceful as the kidneys are replenished, and there's a connection between the kidneys, from one to the other, and then between each of them down to the base of the spine, as you feel that light flow bright, bright. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, Bhagava Kirula Jimina Voto Tutsura. Oh no, Bhagava Kirula Jimina Voto Tutsura. Oh no, And now you realize the kidneys want to be connected to the heart. So now they're going to form another triangle between the kidneys and right flowing up to the heart. So their light is coming from the base of the spine up to the kidneys, that upside down triangle, now forming a right side up triangle with the heart. And still more light is coming in through the top of the head, base of the skull, through the purple ball of light at the third eye, down to the brain, and now it's going down the spine to the heart, allowing light into the heart. And you can see this light in the heart as a beautiful green light, or a pink light, or white, and allow whatever light you've chosen to get brighter, and even brighter, and even brighter, and even brighter, and even brighter as you allow that love in, as you choose to allow even more light of unconditional love in, so that everyone in this group will allow themselves to let even more light of unconditional love in. And the heart gets brighter, the light gets even brighter, and even brighter, great, and even brighter, as you feel that full power, that full light of unconditional love flow through you, getting brighter and brighter, empowering you, getting brighter and brighter, and even brighter. And take a moment to allow that light to flow through the heart, through all the blood, so that all your blood is filled with that light of unconditional love, and it's nourishing every cell, every organ, with that light of unconditional love that gets brighter and even brighter and even brighter and even brighter, as you allow that to flow now to every cell in the body, every muscle, joint, tendon, ligament, bone, bone marrow, liver, kidneys, lungs, pancreas, gallbladder, spleen, appendix, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, colon, sexual organs, legs, all the way down to the soles of the feet, the chest, the shoulders, everything, the arms, fingers, everything being filled with that light of unconditional love. And you let it flow through you even more to inspire everybody here to allow that light to flow through them even more, even brighter. And you're feeling it even brighter and brighter. And now you want to acknowledge that you have that infinite power to let light come to the top of your head, through the third eye, base of the skull, down to your heart. And now you're beaming it out to everyone in this group, knowing that you have an infinite source of unconditional love. And you can beam that light from your heart and imagine it's going to everyone else's heart in this group. And at the same time, you are open to receiving that beam of light being sent to you through everyone else by the divine, through their heart, into your heart as well. Allowing that light, knowing that it's always the light of unconditional love coming through someone else or yourself, and beaming it out. And beaming that light out. As it gets stronger, that's it, and it gets stronger and stronger and brighter. Feeling the power that you have as a co-creator with the divine to channel light of unconditional love and to share it out, and the power that that has, both in sending and receiving, as you choose to let it in, knowing light of unconditional love will always support you, will only bring you good, will revitalize you, bring you calm and peace, that's it. And just allowing yourself, you can stop beaming other people light, even though it's happening automatically. And just focus on the light flowing through your heart. And you may want to take a moment, anybody that you choose in addition to this group to send love to anyone in your family, loved ones. Take a moment to let that light flow to the top of the head, third eye, base of the skull, to the heart, and out to them. So you're reframing that you never have to give more because you're constantly just sharing the light that you are allowing yourself to receive and then go out to them. And see everyone in the group and the loved ones you're sending light to, see them being filled with the light of unconditional love. It gets brighter and brighter and brighter. That's it. And you're feeling now that connection to the people in this group, the people you're sending to, and allowing that consciousness to feel connected to everything, the chair you're in, feeling the weight of your feet on the floor, and the consciousness of love that's in your table, your computer, everything around you, beaming with that same light of unconditional love. Allowing that to get brighter and brighter. There we go. Just going to do one last little chant to help us get even more filled. Oh no, Bikoa Kidula, Jumina Goto to Churakaba, Runo Romero, Savinu Joinu Rana, Gibodo, Shayu, Hodekoka, Chamer, Barchem, Tarin, Rogame, Segadeka, Tomika, Racine, Kandos, Biro, to Kana, Hela, Tekayahi, Ke. That's it. Now again, feeling the weight of your feet on the floor, the love flowing through every part of your body, the weight of your seat bones on the seat of the chair, and the weight of your back on the back of the chair. And we're going to take a few nice deep breaths in and out through the nose or through the mouth, whatever feels right. And let's take a deep breath in and out. And in and out. And one more time, breathe in and out. Feeling that light flowing through every cell of your body, knowing you can always feel this in any moment. And taking a moment of gratitude to say thank you to the divine that's within you and within everything, giving us the ability to connect, to feel love, to send healing and vitality to our bodies, to share love with others. Feeling the weight of your feet on the floor, the weight of your seat bones on the seat of the chair, your back against the back of the chair. And now you can open your eyes and feel present. And feeling 100% present. And that is the energy that we want to feel at any moment that we have the choice to feel at every moment. So let's everybody, if you could just to make sure that you had filled in your email address, I'm going to send you your homework. So the homework is being able to do a meditation like this, either a short one or a longer one if you can, even for 2 minutes every day. The idea of choosing to write out the question, what do I love about myself? And write it out or say it, I love my sense of humor, I love my this, I love my that. And to write out we no longer have any limiting beliefs, but if we did have some, then we would go through those and then use gratitude statements to have the divine help us transform them. All right. So I did pretty well. We're not that much over. If anybody has any questions or comments, cool. Otherwise, what I'll do is I will send you this info and we will pick up and reframe, continuing our reframe and our meditation next Wednesday at 6. So just give you a blessing that everybody has the most amazing, miraculous, connected, love-filled, creative, magnificent week filled with light and joy and abundance, and that you constantly see the good in yourself and others, and you allow the divine flow of joy, love, abundance, and play. Amen.
Oh man, that was awesome.
All right, great.
Amen.
Thanks, everybody. Have an amazing week. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
week. All the best. Take care.
Thank you, Benson.
Oh, my pleasure.